All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, double honors to apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to the elect, which we hope to be. Now, this is your brother Kawaya from GMS Chicago, and pretty much I just want to go into the fact that how could the name be how could the name of the Heavenly Son be Jesus Christ, which his real name is Yahawashi, and the Most High's name is Yahweh, and I was gonna get right into it. This is Malachi chapter 1, verse 14. It says, "But cursed be the deceiver which hath in his flock a male, and voweth and sacrificeth unto the Lord a corrupt thing. For I am a great king, saith Yahweh of hosts, and my name is dreadful among the heathen." And that word dreadful in the Hebrew is Yara'ah, the Yah, the Ra, and the Ah. And it says to be afraid, fear, frightened. So it means that, because you get heathens, pretty much everybody, right? They not everybody, but the ones who don't know the actual name, who believe that the name is Jesus Christ, they call upon that name. You know what I'm saying? The heathens, which are outside of Israel, the heathens, they call upon Jesus Christ, and they don't fear that name, man. Nobody, none of the heathens fear that name. That name doesn't put fear in them, man. They're not afraid of that name. They're not frightened of that name, man. You know what I'm saying? And this is Proverbs chapter 18, verse 10. It says, "The name of Yahweh Yahawashi is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it, and is safe." And righteousness is of the law. So how could the heathen have the true name in the first place? You know what I'm saying? Because it says the righteous runneth into it, and the only ones that's righteous are the elect of Israel, man. You know what I'm saying? They would have wanted the nation of Israel was the only ones who was given the righteous law in the first place. So when it says the righteous shall run into it, it's more talk about the elect. You know what I'm saying? Because they follow the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of their ability. But only the righteous will run into the true name of the Lord, man. You know what I'm saying? And a strong tower, man, that is a shield, something cover you with. You know what I'm saying? But you call it on JC, Jesus Christ, it's not gonna help you. You know what I'm saying? Because the letter J wasn't created until 1634, and the Bible was written over 2,000 years ago, man. This is This is Acts chapter 4, verse 16. It says, saying, "What shall we do to these men?" And these are the wicked Pharisees and Sadducees. "For that indeed a notable miracle have been done by them is manifest to all them that dwell in Jerusalem, and we cannot deny it." It says, but and who they was referring to was the apostles. It's verse 17. It says, "But that it spread no further among the people, let us straightly threaten them that they speak henceforth to no man in this name." So the Sadducees was like, "Oh, we gotta stop these apostles, man. They speaking in the name, and the name that they was talking about was Yahawashi. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no Jesus Christ. Because back then, if it was a problem, it still would have been a problem today. Verse 18, it says, "And they called them and commanded them not to speak at all, nor teach in the name of Yahawashi." You know what I'm saying? So Yahawashi is the name that's fearful. Yahawashi is the name that's fearful amongst the heathens, man. That name frightens them. You know what I'm saying? Because like it says in Psalms 83, they Esau, Edom, and the rest of the heathens outside of the nation of Israel. What do? They came together to cut us off from being a nation. And one of the major keys, when you read actually Acts the 4:12, it says, neither is there salvation in any other, for there is none other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is that in that Psalms 83, this was the major key that they took out, man. You know what I'm saying? What enemy is gonna give you the key to making it when it goes into their destruction, man? You know? Right. This is Acts chapter 5, verse 28. It says, saying, he was like saying, because, you know, in verse 17, they said they straightly threatened them, you know. It's this is Acts 5 and 28. It's saying, did not we straightly command you that ye should not teach in this name? So the apostles continue to teach in the name, man. In the name of Yahawashi Yahshua. They ain't stop. They ain't get scared. You know what I'm saying? They feared Yahawashi Yahshua more than men. You know, and it says, and behold, ye have filled Jerusalem with your doctrine and intend to bring this man's blood upon us. So the thing is that they continue to speak into the actual name, which if back then, if you couldn't say Jesus Christ and they really threatened them to say Jesus Christ, you wouldn't be able to say it today, nor would the heathen be able to say it. You know what I'm saying? The heathens would be scared of that name, but they not, because that's not the true name. The true name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, and the true name of the Heavenly Son is Yahawashi, man. And when you say that name amongst the heathens, they do get scared, man. You know what I'm saying? For the ones that's, this is Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4. It says, and thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in the land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in my anger which shall burn forever. So the thing is that we get cut off. We discontinue from my heritage. You know what I'm saying? And when you read the previous captivities, we knew who we were. We still knew our language, this, that, and the other. But in this last captivity, which is currently today, the captivity of America, ancient Babylon, you know what I'm saying? This last captivity was the only one where we was cut off, where we didn't know who we were, didn't know the name, didn't know the heritage, didn't know who we were, man. You know what I'm saying? This was the only time. This is the only captivity where it's happening. This is Psalms. I quoted it earlier, but it's better if I just get it. This is Psalms chapter 83, verse 1. It says, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, meaning the Israelites, the Negroes, Latinos, and the natives, and Puerto Ricans. You know what I'm saying? And it says, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have, verse 4, it says, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation. And one of the ones is that for one, they claim to be us. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got Jewish and Israeli down there in Israel today. Them the fake Jews, them Khazars, like it says in Micah 2:2, they oppress a man, his heritage. You know what I'm saying? They basically claiming to be us, man. You know, which is part of the prophecy that we was gonna fall away. You know what I'm saying? That we was that great falling away was the Jeremiah 17:4 being discontinued from our heritage, man. You know what I'm saying? But they the Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, and all these other heathens, the Japanese man, the Chinese man, the Elamite man, East Indian man, the motherfuckers that be in Subway, the Arabian man that be in JJ's Fish, this, that, and the other and stuff, talking shit. You know what I'm saying? they were the ones who consulted together. It's like, you know what, we finna cut them off from being a nation, man. You know what I'm saying? And the name was the big part of it, man. You know, this is Judith in the Apocrypha, chapter 5, verse verse 18. It says in verse 17 I'll start at. It says, and whilst they sinned not before their power, they prosper. So if we don't sin, you know what I'm saying, we follow law, statute, commandments, law, statute, and commandments to the best of our ability, you know, we prosper, because what are we doing? We walking in the spirit. You know what I'm saying? It says, because their power that hateth iniquity was with them. You know, the Lord is with us when we do his ways, man, and not the ways of the world, you know. And it says, verse 18, but when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles very sore, and were led captives into a land that was not theirs, like today. And it says, and the temple, it says, and the temple of their power was cast to the ground, and their cities were taken by their enemies. It says, but now are they returned to their power, and are come up from the places where they were scattered, and have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is. It says, and are seated in the hill country, for it was desolate. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their power, let us consider that this shall be their ruin. You know what I'm saying? So with them taking taking our heritage and taking the name and putting a false name there, hey, that was to our ruin, man. You know what I'm saying? And it says, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them, and their power be for them, and we become a reproach before all the world. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is that we coming back to the law, statute, commandments. Israel is waking up. They finding out that they're no longer Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, niggas. You know what I'm saying? And Indians, you know what I'm saying? They knowing that they from the 12 tribes of Israel, you know what I'm saying? Including the confusion of face, who bloodline go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, putting up that Jesus Christ was, and plus, like it says in Revelations 11 and 8, you know what I'm saying? In the land where Yahawashi was crucified, man. And crucified means to be crossed out. And how did they do that? They changed the appearance, you know what I'm saying, which also goes back, you know, they changed the appearance, and they gave him a false name, man. Non-Hebrew, man. You know, this is I wrap it up with this scripture. This is Revelation chapter 22, verse 18. It says, for I testify unto every man that hears the words of the prophecy of this book. If any man shall add unto these things, the Most High shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book. And I go, hold on, I keep reading. Verse 19, it says, and if any man shall take away from the words of this book of this prophecy, the Most High shall take away his part out of the book of life, and out of the holy city, and from the things which are written in this book. And we already know that Esau Edom is not finna get any he won't get any repentance. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is what he do? He took the real name out. You know what I'm saying? He took the real name out of the scriptures, and he replaced it. He replaced he took the Heavenly Father's name, which is Yahweh, out of scriptures, and replaced it with Jehovah. You know, they took away and they added, man. And in the same way with Yahawashi, instead of saying Yahawashi, they put Jesus Christ, man. You know. So all these plagues, like it says in Deuteronomy 33 and 7, man, all the plagues that the Lord had given on to us, they shall receive it, and it'll be double fold, because they are a weaker people, man. And I hope this video was edifying. And I would like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, double honors to apostles, great millstone, and salutations to the elect. which we hope to be. Shalom.